Isusuma ko lang po sa tatlong punto. Una, na-impeach na po yung pangalawang Pangulo. Pero nothing can change the fact that the Vice President has been impeached. Yun yung una. Pangalawa, yung usapin naman kung anong magiging hakbang ng 20th Congress, yan po ay nadedepende po sa 20th Congress. And we have yet to meet on the 28th for our first regular session, panawagan for accountability, magkaroon ng trial. And I think, I personally would like to think that that is still the best way to go to resolve this impasse, so to speak.
Mga boss, another video, another issue tayo. At eto na, ayon sa Kongreso, wala na dapat paligoy. Ligoy pa tungkol sa impeachment ni VP Sara Duterte dahil pagpatuloy ng 20th Congress. Talagang sigurado naman na ito. Kaya bago magumpisa ang video, huwag kalimutan mag-like, share, and subscribe mga boss.
Nababago ang House rules, ano po. But for it to be really immediate, no, and we're hoping, and we're actually thinking of doing it, filing a resolution proposing and institutionalizing the open deliberations at the bicameral conference level.
Thank you po. Last po on my end. Recently po, meron pong inilabas nga po na sanction yung China against po former Senator Francis Tolentino dahil nga daw po doon sa mga naging pahayag niya na against China. Hingin ko po sana yung inyong reaksyon tungkol dito. And recently din po, meron po naging statement din si incoming Bicol Saro Party List Representative Terry Redon na sabi niya kung ginawa ng China, dapat din daw po ang Pilipinas magpataw din daw po ng sanction para doon naman sa mga Chinese officials na meron din pong disinformation laban sa Pilipinas.
Personally, no, I'm inclined to agree with Congressman Ridon na dapat mas ipakita natin hindi lang sa salita kundi sa gawa mismo ang ating paninindigan tungkol sa mga usapin ng West Philippine Sea. Lalong-lalo na sa sitwasyong ito na meron tayong isang dating senador na talagang tumindig at ipinakita ang kanyang suporta sa posisyon ng ating bansa. Alam nyo, pag-usapin kasi ng West Philippine Sea, for me, no, it's a question of sovereignty. And sovereignty, there are no gray areas there. It's either you stand with the country or not. Tinatanong palagi, kakampi o mahal ba natin ang bansa o hindi. Hindi ka pwedeng mamili dito. So, kung yan ay, I think, tama nga si Senator Tolentino, no, kung ito po ay ang parusa, ang consequence, kung sasabihin doon sa mga paninindigan niya, he'll consider it a badge of honor. And I think, I would agree with him. It would be a badge of honor for anybody to have to face the consequences, no matter how dire it may be, for standing up for our country's sovereignty.
Thank you, Kat. Next question from Tina Panganiban Perez of GMA7.
Good afternoon po, sir. Yesterday, Representative Chel Jokno warned that the Senate Impeachment Court's second requirement for the House of Representatives may be a trap as it may violate the one-year ban in the Constitution.
Well, I don't want to preempt, ayokong pahunahan ng impeachment team, kaya po mayroon tayong spokesman for the impeachment to provide the official reaction to anything, to matters related to the impeachment. Pero ako, isusuma ko lang po sa tatlong punto. Una, na-impeach na po yung pangalawang Pangulo. I don't know where in the Constitution it allows any change or any change in the scenario or in the situation other than by the Senate deciding and trying and deciding to try and to decide on the case of impeachment at hand. All things other than that have to be studied carefully, no? Pero nothing can change the fact that the Vice President has been impeached. Yun yung una. Pangalawa, ay yung usapin naman kung anong magiging hakbang ng 20th Congress, yan po ay nadedepende po sa 20th Congress. And we have yet to meet on the 28th for our first regular session. And I think by then we'll have a better appreciation of what the next steps are. Kasi for example, the Speaker naman, no, he has been supported daw by an overwhelming majority of members of Congress, and many of them were part of those who endorsed the impeachment against the Vice President. And I think it's their re-election, yung re-elect ang napakaraming kongresista na sumuporta sumuporta sa impeachment proceedings, sa pag-impeach kay Vice President. And nagpapakita lang na we do not expect any change in the position of the House. But nonetheless, the Speaker being, as he has shown in the previous Congress, has shown himself to be a consensus builder. And I know he'll go through the process of really consulting the House, the party leaders, kung ano ang magiging hakbang. And I think it would be best to wait for that process to go on. No? But on a personal level, ako personally, ang paninindigan natin tungkol sa impeachment, ito po'y usapin ng accountability. And I don't think any election, any change in the political circumstance would warrant a change also in our faith in the need for accountability. Kasi ang isa lang naman ang magiging pamamaraan para matugunan natin ang panawagan for accountability, magkaroon ng trial. And I think, and I personally would like to think that that is still the best way to go to resolve this impasse, so to speak.
Sir, if the Speaker will ask members of the 20th Congress kung pagbobotohan ba ito or hindi, ano pong magiging sagot nyo? And kung pagbobotohan, would you still want to pursue the impeachment?
Without preempting the decision of the 20th Congress, as I mentioned, my commitment to accountability remains strong. The case on the impeachment is a test of accountability, is a test on our political institutions, and the best way to move forward in my mind is ituloy natin ang proseso. At hayaan ho natin ang Senado at gampanan ho ng ating mga kaibigan sa Senado ang kanilang tungkulin na dinggin at maghusga sa impeachment case na sinubmit ng House of Representatives.
Sir, last na po, is there a need to comply with the second requirement?
Well, that is a question I will leave to the prosecutorial panel to address, no, because it would be something that's related na to the consideration of the prosecutorial team. But if you ask me, no, personally, we have done the impeachment. We have complied with our duty as in the 19th Congress, and I am of the opinion that that should be the starting point, rather than having to negate any of what we've done in the 19th Congress.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Tina. We will now take questions from Bibian Gulia of ABS-CBN2.
Good afternoon, sir. Meron pong mga nagsasabi na imposible na raw na pagbotohan pa itong resolution sa Kamara na hinihingi, yung sa certification na hinihingi ng Senate, yung second requirement. Will that be accurate? Ano pong tingin ninyo dito? Or at this point, pwede pa rin po ba?
Even sa totoo lang, it's difficult for me to assume anything, no, until Congress has properly been convened, and then we would have to discuss. Of course, as always said, this is the 20th Congress we're talking about, and there might be, let's say, some processes that we have to undertake. But then again, my opinion is, my personal opinion is, anything we've done in the 19th cannot also be negated by the 20th. Kasi the fact of the matter remains that the Vice President has been impeached. And ang worry ko lang, sa totoo lang, no, with the proceeding as it is sana hindi naman malunod sa technicality ang ating kagustuhang mabigyan linaw ang pananagutan sa pangalawang pinakamataas na lingkod bayan ng ating bansa.
Your comment din, sir, may another senator na nagsabi yesterday na kung erase ng kampo ni Vice President Duterte before the impeachment court yung mga arguments nila for the dismissal of the complaint ay pwede itong pagbotohan ng Senado, Senate Impeachment Court.
Well, the Senate will operate according to the rules, according to the impeachment rules that they presented. We just hope that everything will be done in the spirit of fairness and integrity, no? The integrity of the process. And also, we're all, katatapos lang ho namin manumpa lahat to uphold, to support the Constitution of the Philippines.
Thank you, Bibian. Milky Rigugnan from DCRH is now recognized.
Good afternoon, Congressman Isidre.
Yes, ma'am.
Will you support yung call for Congress na mas unahin daw po yung mas mahalagang panukalang batas ngayong 20th Congress? Number one, the repeal of the oil deregulation law and the legislated wage hike. Kasi ang sabi, kumilos nga daw ang Kamara pero last minute yun ang puna ng Senado. Your thoughts on this?
Well, it would be very unfair to really consider, no, na sasabihin natin na tinagalan ng House. Kung makikita nyo yung version po natin sa Legislated Wage Act, kung saan isa tayo sa mga pangunahing may akda, nagpapakita ng stronger commitment ng mga members ng House na posible ang 200 legislated wage increase. So I think it would be unfair to say na kasi inupuan o pinatagal ng House, in the end, tayo po ang nakapag-justify ng mas mataas na legislated wage hike, which only warrants and also justifies the delay as may be perceived, no, the longer time required for us to be able to arrive at a decision. A decision that, of course, was carefully studied by the proponents of the legislated wage hike in the House. So in the 20th Congress, I also expect the same amount of diligence. Hindi, may mga bagay kasi na pwedeng madaliin. May mga bagay din na it would take time for us to build consensus. And we know naman sa usapin ng legislated wage hikes, sa usapin ng deregulation, ng oil deregulation, nandun pa rin ang pangangailangan natin magkaroon ng consensus. And it does not in any way, yung pagkagustuhan na magkaroon ng consensus, mean that we will not give our best to ensure its passage. But nonetheless, at least ngayon, no, part of the work, a significant part of the work of the research, of the debates have already been made at the 19th Congress. And so we expect also that this time around, we will be able to push for these bills more efficiently.
Kong Isidre, pero pwede bang mabigyan kami as early as now any scenario on the morning of July 28? Magiging busy ba ang House reporters sa mga ganap?
Well,
O meron pa bang maghahamon?
Sa totoo lang ho, regarding ho saan po? Sa leadership ng
leadership.
House. Sa totoo, hindi ko na ho nga naisip yung tungkol sa speakership. The Speaker right now has 283 members of the 20th Congress who have expressed in writing their support for the Speaker. I don't think this is anymore a question that needs to be resolved. That question has been the issue on the speakership has already been resolved many weeks ago. And I think our support for Congressman Martin Romualdez to be the next Speaker of the House remains strong as ever.
Salamat, Kong.
Thank you po.
Thank you, Milky. Your turn, Rosalie Cos from UNTV.
Hi, Kong. Earlier po, you mentioned na sa konstitusyon, after magawa ng House yung responsibility nito sa impeachment, ang sunod na po nito ay ang trial at ang decision po ng Senate Impeachment Court. Naniniwala po ba kayo na yung dalawang impeachment orders ng Senate Impeachment Court ay unconstitutional?
Okay, I don't want to complicate further the work of our prosecutorial team, no? Pero ako naniniwala in the end of it all, sisimplihan ko lang ho, sana hindi malunod sa technicality itong usapin ng impeachment. Ito po ay usapin ng accountability. Ibig sabihin po, lahat ho sana ng proseso ay nakatuon po sa katanungang kailangan bang husgahan, meron bang pananagutan ang isang opisyal na halal ayon sa ating saligang batas, ayon sa ating mga batas. Kung ang usapin lang po ng impeachment ay maiuwi kung i-dismiss dahil sa technicalidad, hindi ho natin na-serve ang original purpose ng impeachment process, that is to exact accountability from our elected officials. It would be difficult to ascertain at the moment, and I will leave it to the luminaries to decide whether what can be considered unconstitutional, such actions may be considered unconstitutional or not. But in my mind, more than the constitutionality, it should be the morality of what we're doing that should disturb us, not only elected officials, but everyday Filipinos.
Follow-up lang po. Since unprecedented po yung impeachment orders ng Senate Impeachment Court sa House of Representatives, does it warrant your compliance?
Well, that is also the question that we want to clarify with the Senate. If you notice dun sa compliance sa response po ng House, no, may subject to clarificatory actions, no, yung pag-comply ng House. And that is the thing that we also have to consider in this case. Kailangan ba namin mag-comply? To what extent? Sa anong pamamaraan? Yung pong katanungan. Kumbaga, Rose, pareho